Welcome to the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy-looking Nerf herders. Today I'm reading Star Wars Dark Empire number 2, Book 2, Devastator of Worlds. I'd like to take a moment and invite you to subscribe to this channel and ring that damn bell. The fifth moon of Dasucha, an uncharted world in the Syax system, where a captured Star Destroyer renamed Emancipator orbits with the fleet of the Rebel Alliance. Admiral Akbar, aboard the Calimari flagship Defiance, has just returned from a reconnaissance mission to the innermost quadrant of the galaxy. Alliance leader Mon Mothma, communicating from the massive rebel stronghold on the moon below, hears Akbar's report.
Something very big is happening, Mon Mothma. We saw Imperial ships from both sides of the Civil War vanishing into the uninhabited regions of the galactic core.
Our spies and probe droids report similar sightings.
The Civil War has left the Imperial system a wasteland. The populations are in desperate straits. What it portends, I cannot say, but I feel for the galaxy. Any news from Commander Skywalker?
Yes, not good, I'm afraid. Luke's Star Destroyer went down in the Imperial city itself. Generals Calrissian and Antilles were aboard, among others. Princess Leia and General Solo led a mission to find and rescue them.
And did they succeed?
They're maintaining radio silence, but if they did succeed, we should know soon.
Then I've got good news for you. The Millennium Falcon is back.
Akbar and the other commanders of the orbiting rebel fleet board shuttlecraft and follow the Falcon as it descends toward the stronghold below.
Solo to Pinnacle Base. I've got survivors of the Star Destroyer Liberator. Open, Hangar 1, we're coming in.
Guided by curious creatures called Ixals, the ships race down among the treacherous rock formations of the fifth moon, where a complex of caverns hidden in the moon's steep canyons have been enlarged and converted into operations decks and flight hangars by the rebels. Pinnacle Base, there, Mon Mothma and the aging generals Maydeen and Dodonna meet the crew of the Falcon.
Princess Leia, thank goodness you're back. But where's Commander Skywalker?
A terrible thing happened. The dark side has taken Luke prisoner. He let it happen. And poor R2-D2 is with him. They'll make hydro spanners out of him if he survives. Mon Mothma calls an emergency meeting of the Alliance command staff. The energy storm that took Commander Skywalker, this is not an isolated event. We've just received word of a great war fleet emerging from the very core of the galaxy. Someone, or something, has been biding its time while the feuding Imperial factions distracted our attention.
We have reason to believe a dark side genius is at work, creating new technologies that go beyond all previous conception.
Our scout droids report the appearance of diabolical machines. World Devastators that crush everything in their path. Even as we speak, these engines of destruction are marshalling over the worlds sympathetic to the rebellion. The images you are seeing are being transmitted at this very moment from Calimari, Admiral Akbar's home planet. The Mon Calamari have been a proud part of the Alliance since the beginning. It's no wonder the enemy has chosen to turn on them with these planet smashers. Isn't that true, Admiral Akbar?
Very true. Many years ago, the Mon Calamari were conscripted as slave laborers by the Empire. When we resisted, our cities were attacked to set an example for the rest of the galaxy. But this experience only hardened my people's will to resist and transformed them into formidable fighters for the Alliance. When the Emperor created the Death Star, Calimari was at the top of the list of worlds scheduled to be annihilated by that dreadful battle station. And now, at last, whoever is reunifying the Empire is carrying out the Emperor's decision to discipline us with these new World Devastators. As you can see, the Devastators consume everything in their path. In their holds, great furnaces and factories process the cataclysmic feast into raw elements and new weapons of destruction. This is the greatest scourge the galaxy has ever seen, far more lethal than the Death Star. Unless we act immediately, the Calimari world and all other worlds sympathetic to the rebellion are doomed. The pinnacle moon we're on orbits a habitable water world, Dasucha. We must do everything we can to help my people reach this place of sanctuary. Green and blue squadrons will leave at once to escort and defend the evacuation of Calimari. Generals Calrissian and Antilles, are you prepared to pilot our other captured Star Destroyer against these Devastators?
I don't know. After what we did to the Liberator. What about you, Han? You're the best star pilot in the galaxy. You and Wedge will have to wing it, Lando. I've got my hands full briefing all the new fighter teams that are coming over to the Alliance.
The council breaks up and Han goes to his wife, who is strangely quiet throughout the meeting.
This endless war. It seems like we've only been alone for 5 minutes since Mon Mothma married us. I really wanted to go with Lando, but I accepted this other assignment so we'd have a chance to be together.
Han, something awful is happening to Luke. He's still alive. I can feel it. But he's getting farther and farther away. We must help him.
We need some time to ourselves, Leia. Luke doesn't want any help. He says he has to do it alone, and I believe him.
Han.
Besides, you know me. I'm not about to challenge the judgment of a Jedi.
And what of Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight? The energy storm funneled us into some kind of hyperspace vehicle, R2. At least we're still alive. Yeah, too bad we can't see out. But to the eyes of the Force, these Mandalorian walls don't even exist. We're on an Imperial dungeon ship, the kind they used to transport Jedi Knights during the Clone Wars. And it looks like we've reached our destination. The planet Biss, deep in the galactic core, a world entirely enveloped in the power of the dark side. If there's a dark center of the universe, this is it, R2. Yeah, hold on, R2. The ship's starting to descend. A turbulent fall through the planet's atmosphere, and the dungeon ship docks on the outskirts of a luminous city.
We are ready to receive the prisoner.
An energized cage is waiting, a trap to hold a Jedi.
Are you satisfied? We brought him to you alive.
Excellent. Have your men escort this one to the Great Hall. As Luke is carried through the streets of the strange and beautiful city, he feels the dark side of the Force growing in intensity. Luke's journey ends before the doors of a great citadel. Suddenly, he senses a mind reaching out to him, a mind full of mocking laughter. This is it, R2. This is where my opponent, whoever he is waiting.
You! Out!
Let's go, R2. Fighting back the wave of oppression that wants to overshadow his mind, Luke calls up an intensity of his own. Don't threaten me! I'm here because I choose to be here.
Amusing. Keep him covered, but don't hurt him. Let it be his free choice, if that's what he wants to believe. But he's walking to his doom.
As the robed figures laugh quietly among themselves, Luke strides boldly into the dark citadel. With a Jedi's flawless intuition, he marches directly to the throne room.
Excellent. Excellent. You have come to me of your own free will.
You! Somehow I knew, but I saw you die.
Yes, you knew, didn't you? You've grown very strong in the Force since last we met. But then, so have I. It was not the first time I died, nor will it be the last. Such are the mysteries of the dark side of the Force. You see, my friend, flesh does not easily support this great power. For many years, I have been under a dire necessity. My body has decayed again and again, and each time I have needed to take another. A humble clone of the man I once was.
Clones. Then it's true.
Yes, young Skywalker. The dying is painful. The transition is not an enjoyable experience. But the suffering is a small price to pay for eternal life. After all, I live primarily as energy, formlessness, and power. And now, my young apprentice, your father is dead. Have you come to join me? Will you take the place that rightfully belongs to you at my side?
Sensing Luke's indecision, the Emperor presses the young Jedi with the very temptation that ensnared his father.
Look, my World Devastators, yours to command. The rebels had their chance. I gave them years to reclaim the galaxy, but without the Jedi Knights, they failed miserably. And now I have outflanked them. Working in secret, I have constructed weapons such as were never seen. It is your destiny, my friend, to succeed your father, to wield my discipline over the worlds that have betrayed me.
It is a moment of terrible conflict for Luke Skywalker. The Emperor's arguments have not touched him. But can he use the Force to defend the freedom of billions by slaying the old man?
Is it so difficult to decide, my son? Surely you know that if you strike me down in anger, I will live again. Perhaps I will even live as you.
The Emperor is a master strategist. He has foreseen this moment. Now, unexpectedly, he offers Luke the only, the inevitable solution to his dilemma.
I see you have grown wise in the ways of the Force. You have achieved control. You are no longer the impulsive youth, at war with your own anger. But you can still conquer me by learning the secrets of the dark side. We both know there is no other way for you.
The Emperor's words blaze like lightning across Luke's mind. The dark side has spoken, and for once, it speaks truth. A moment of greatest peril has arrived, but it is the moment for which Luke was born. he must challenge the dark side from within. He must penetrate the power of the dark side, and he must learn its secrets. There is no other way. Yes, my father's destiny is my own.
Very good. It is done. My friend, let us celebrate our conquest of the galaxy.
Leia? Leia, what's going on? You've been holed up here for days. Come on out and see what's happening. It's great. The galaxy is pulling together against the Empire. Another detachment of fighters just arrived from Norval 2.
Han, I shouldn't have listened to you. I shouldn't have listened to Luke. I hear terrible laughter. Something awful has just happened, Han. We've lost him.
Hey, old Luke's got more tricks up his sleeve than...
Han, don't be a fool. Luke's in serious trouble, and I have to help him. Don't you see? He needs me.
Yeah, I see. Leia, I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, Han.
They told me marriage to a Jedi princess wasn't going to be easy. They were right. Chewie, when you finish fixing the flux stabilizer, fuel up the Falcon. We've got a date with the dark side.
Thank you all for tuning in. We invite you to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and click the bell to get notified about our next video. Until the Infernal Brotherhood convenes again, my fellow scruffy-looking Nerf herders, may the Force be with you.